Shetty, Professor Vivekananda Panyala, Scopes and Challenges MBBS graduates. Dr. Ullas Kumar Shetty is a moderator here. I also Dr. Shekhar Pujari to be the chairperson, and Dr. Narsimurthy, if he is available, be the co-chairperson. Dr. Narsimurthy is available. Over to you, sir.
Hasan Mukhi, Sada Sukhi, Dr. Ullas Shetty. Yes, as the name suggests, Ullasam means always happy and energetic. He is professor and head of the department of AJ Institute of Medical Science and Research Center. He is having 18 years of UG and 13 years of PG teaching experience. MBBS from Mysore Medical College, MD Forensic Medicine from Maulana Azad Medical College, New Delhi. He has lot of publications and he chaired so many scientific sessions, so many paper presentations, so many conferences. He organized 6 CMEs as an organizing secretary. He is ex-secretary of IMA Mangalore, ex-secretary of IMA Mangalore, member of Medical Education Curriculum and Alignment Committee, AJIMS RC, served as a nodal officer for Regional Valuation Center, Raghus, won first place in paper presentation in Forensic National Conferences in 2009 and 2016, represented Science Marathon, and he won the bodybuilding and won the marathon in Mangalore. It's almost more than sufficient, but still my duty is, secret of Ullas Shetty is avoid the real enemies within. That is Kama, Krodha, Madha, Moha, Lobha, Matsara. Then you will be at the peak of Ullasam. That is Dr. Ullas Shetty.
ಇದು ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಇದು ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಇದು ಭಾಗ್ಯವಯ್ಯ. ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಜೇನು ಭಟ್ರು, ಅಣ್ಣಯ್ಯ ಕುಲಾಲು, ಆಗ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಇವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ನಾನು ಶೇಖರ್ ಪೂಜಾರಿಗೂ ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಉಡಲ್ದಿಂಚಿನ ಸೊಲ್ಮೆಲು. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್. These are our esteemed members. Let me introduce briefly. What is the plan is, we will discuss about some of the issues. I have noted down 15 topics. We will be discussing in about 20-30 minutes, and we will be taking questions from the audiences. I request you to write down the questions and hand over to our Arjun. He will be helping you. You can pass on that question, then we will take up that questions. So let me introduce our speakers. ಜೀವನ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶೋಧನೆ. ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಲರ್ನರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕನ್ನೋದು ಸರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಕುಂಬಾರ್ ಅವರು, ಅವರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದೇ ಜೀವನ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶೋಧನೆ. ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಕಣ್ಮುಂದೆ ಇದೆ. ಸರ್ ಬಹುಶಃ ಜೀವನ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ಸಾಧನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಸರ್ ಸಾಧಿಸಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆದರ್ಶವಾಗಬೇಕು, ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕಳಕಳಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸರ್ LLB ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ LLM, MBA, MA, PGD MLS, PGD MLE, ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಯು ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಊರಿನವರು ಸಹ, ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ದರ್ಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವರು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇವರು ಈಸ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕ್, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್, ನೇರ, ದಿಟ್ಟ, ನಿರಂತರ. ಇವರು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನುಡಿಯುವಂಥವರು, ಯಾವುದಿದ್ರೂ ಎದುರೆದುರೇ ಹೇಳುವಂಥವರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಫೊರೆನ್ಸಿಕ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸಹ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸರ್ ಸಹ He is a medical legal consultant for Karnataka and Kerala, and NHRC, CBI, NIA, has 92 papers publication, and 2,500 postmortems, 25,000 wound certificates, 500 criminal cases, crime scene visits, and prosecution witness in 4,000 criminal cases, and delivered various guest lectures, and he has delivered 300 drug abuse awareness talks, and he was felicitated everywhere, and he is a past president of two of the most important association in our forensic, that is Kamals and South Indian Medical Legal Association. I welcome him, sir. Next. Oh, sir, is not there. Vivekananda Paniyala is not there. Next, Dr. Haridas Rai. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಕುಟಮಣಿ ಅವರು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ನೋಡಿ ಬಲ್ಲವರು, ಹಾಗೂ ಈಸ್ ಓನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಅನುಭವ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದೆ. ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಥಿಯರಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ಬಲ್ಲವರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಏನು, ಅವರ ತೊಂದರೆಗಳೇನು ಅಂತ ಸರ್ ನಮಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಕಿಮ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ MBBS ಮಾಡಿ PG ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮಾ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ KMC ಮಣಿಪಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗಾಗಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮೆಡಿಕೋ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಂಬ ಪುಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈಸ್ ಎ ನೋನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ in Sahara hospital, and he's Ullal and Tokkottu, he is very famous there. And ನಾವಿಬ್ಬರು, ನಮಗಿಬ್ಬರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್. he was a captain the college cricket team and won state level TT tournament under 17, and he is a quiz runner up. he is a multi talented personality. I welcome him. So let us begin. ಈ ಹಲವಾರು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುವ. ಈಗ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಥರ ಇದೆ, ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್. ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಹ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಜೈಲು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಹ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಈಗ 2019 ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಮೆಡಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಏನು ಸರ್? 2019 ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಉಲ್ಲಾಸ್. ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ ದ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಥಾಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ambit of the consumer protection. But the interpretation of the VP Shanta versus the case, again, it remained as it is. So as per the interpretation of the 2019 Act, we are very much into Consumer Protection Act, no doubt about it. Okay. The second one, some major changes took place. So madla, there were capping for the compensation. The capping for the compensation is taken away in this 2019 Act. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತದಂದ್ರೆ there is a pecuniary jurisdiction, what we call it as a legal terminology. So there is a capping for the consideration being asked. Okay, there is no capping for the compensation being asked. Okay, the capping is for the consideration what to pay to the service provider. It means in the form of hospital bill or a fees, whatever it is. So we have three jurisdictions. One is the district, state, and national. So if the hospital bill is less than 50 lakhs, okay, so it goes to the district consumer. If it is between 50 and 2 crores, it goes to the state consumer. If it is beyond 2 crores, it goes to the national consumer. Madlinakittu, where the cause of action has taken place, so case has to be filed in there only. For example, cesarean hysterectomy taken place in Mangalore, it is the place of cause of action. So the case has to be filed in this jurisdiction only. But the consumer where he resides or works for gain. For example, if the patient is from Bombay or Delhi, gets operated here, if he goes back, if something is wrong with him, he has to file a case in his jurisdiction. We need to go there and defend your case. So, ಮೊದಲು ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಒಮ್ಮೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವಿನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಇದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇಫ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಆರ್ ಅಪೀಲ್ ಟು ಹೈಯರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ 50% ಆಫ್ ದಿ awarded money to the court, then we have to go for the appeal. This is a very dangerous act. And ಮೊದಲು ಏನಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು ಏನಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. And now again the central consumer authority is there. So if anybody complains to X, Y, and Z, So it can initiate suo moto action against you. So vexatious complaint ittappa antandre, just to deterrent, the court used to fine 10,000 rupees, that is taken away in this. So these are the major changes which you come across.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಪನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೊದಲು 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ಇತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ರೋಗಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಕೇರಳ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಸೂ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಕೇರಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಈ 2019 ನಮಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಮಾಬ್ಲಿಶ್ ಸರ್, ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಬಂದೆ, ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಅದರ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಏನೇನು ಪ್ರಿಕಾಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರು?
ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋ ಮೊದಲು ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಹೌ ಅವರ್ ಜುಡಿಸ್ಪ್ರುಡೆನ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜುಡಿಷರಿ ಫಾಲೋಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಲಾ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ judicial precedents which we are inherited from British legacy. So all our judiciary judgments are precedents. So ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, right from criminal law previously it was there, but 2004 Dr. Suresh versus NCT 2002 judge bench gave a very landmark judgment saying that gross negligence and recklessness was included in 304A. ಮೊದಲು ಏನಿತ್ತು 106 BNS was 304A. It was only rash and negligent act which caused death of a person. But that gross and recklessness was not there in 304. So that's what Suresh Gupta's judgment, Dr. Suresh Gupta judgment by Supreme Court 2 judge bench has told. Again 2005, again we got one more landmark judgment. Why I'm saying landmark? Because 1850 citation. Never ever in the history of our post-independence any judgment has got for as far as medical law is considered. And Indian law has not defined, statutory law has not defined medical negligence. 106 BNS, Modi government has introduced medical negligence as one word in BNS. But they are not defined what is medical negligence. The medical negligence again well defined in Suresh Gupta. Dr. Suresh Gupta, I did not tell the whole story of Suresh Gupta. He's a plastic surgeon, nasal intubation, something. That whole story is that it takes long time. Again, Jacob Matthew case alli, a bureaucrat's father met with was taken to a hospital where oxygen cylinder was not available. Then he succumbed for that. Again, they filed a case. Lower court also accepted the case. High court also accepted the case. Then landed in Supreme Court. It was initially a 2-judge bench. Then they told to overrule Dr. Suresh Gupta versus NCT in Supreme Court, we need 3-judge bench. So they included Supreme Court CJ, Chief Justice of India, where initially they refused with Dr. Suresh Gupta's case. Later they accepted in totality. They told criminal negligence is total lack, gross, simple want of care, apathy towards the patient. So patient, if at all, has to file a criminal case, first they have to get an opinion. They made a 3 landmark, in this landmark judgment, they given 3-line letter to the police also very clearly. Before you file a case, you have to take an opinion. ಈಗ 154(1) CRPC ಪ್ರಕಾರ any cognizable offense ಆದರೆ they have to go to, so police has to take a suo moto, file a FIR. Again, in Lakshmi versus government of UP, 6-judge bench has given a landmark judgment excluding medical negligence. So whatever government of India does, now it has to pass through the parliament. Again, looking at the 6-judge bench, it is not easy to file a criminal case. I don't know how they filed a criminal 302 in Rajasthan. It is against the 6-judge bench, and out of the 6-judge benches, 4 of the judges become Chief Justice of India. The irony is that, and nobody dared to, not even IMA, dared to go and file a writ petition in the High Court. It is a contempt case. The Rajasthan government would have collapsed, but nobody dared to do it. Coming to that, again our Karju, Mallikarjun Karju, you must have heard of his name, most of us. Markandeya Karju, very famously he told, again in 2009, in a Mumbai case, again he highlighted that particular thing. So it is very, very difficult to file a criminal case because first of all, you have an opinion of a doctor. Having said that now, recently 2024 Kerala High Court has come up with the opinion. The investigating officer need not obey the district board. The investigating officer did not obey even the central, Karnataka state board. He can take his own opinion. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಬೋಲಮ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಇಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ನೌ. ದ ಡೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೋಲಮ್ ನೌ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬೊಲಿತೋ ಥಿಯರಿ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಮ್. There is a paradigm shift of the Supreme Courts in India, which is going to happen very shortly, because in England, lot of water has flown towards the shore of because of Bolam. Now their Bolam has become obsolete in England. Now they are following Bolito. That's what I told you. Indian law follows common law. So, in the end of the day, yes, we are enjoying it because 3-judge bench, 6-judge bench has told very clearly nobody can file a FIR against a doctor until you get a credible opinion from a credible doctor. Provided usually they are told government, but again, they need not be government, it can be anybody. But they are told one more thing, to include a forensic expert. But most of the time it is not included. Again, they can file a petition in the High Court or Supreme Court and get it cancelled also, which none of our friends knows here. I have to highlight that, but because we are not going against the system. Now system against Hodre sir. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವನ್ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ 2024 ಏಪ್ರಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೇರಳ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎನಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ನಾಟ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್, ಎನಿಬಡಿ. ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾಲೋ ದ ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರ್ಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ it is very difficult to file a criminal case for a lay person. One is opinion from a credible person, that this is something has gone wrong. Then gross negligence would not happen, because we consider that mens rea is important in criminal case, but mens rea stands in medical negligence. It is not required. Here what is required? Gross, reckless, want of care towards the patient, which no other doctor of his size would have done it. Thank you.
ಸರಿ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ವೆನ್ಲಾಕ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ತಗೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇದನ್ನು
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿ ರೇಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ವೇನೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, whoever causes death of any person by doing any rash and negligent act, okay, fine up to 5 years. Okay, but for the medical profession they acquired 106A. Whoever causes death of any person or medical negligence is accountable under 106A with the imprisonment of 2 years plus fine. Earlier there was only imprisonment or fine or both, but here imprisonment plus fine. They are not different. Yeah, that is a lacuna, is that? That is a lacuna. Okay. Another one is, especially for the anesthetist and intensivist or the gynecologist. Okay, this is a very practical point. 117 and 124. Okay, if the patient goes into any disability or permanent vegetation or loss of any permanent loss of any of the organs in the body, he be penalized or punished for imprisonment for 10 years, maybe extending up to the lifelong. This is very I would say that loophole in the medical fraternity, because whenever there is a cardiac arrest, okay, as per the Hippocratic Oath or whatever it is, and even the Paramananda Kattarya case, we try our best to revive the patient. If the patient slips into the vegetative state, okay, that the interpretation of law is the doctor is accountable for the vegetative state, for which he has to be penalized for 10 years, maybe up to the life imprisonment. So we are in a very precarious situation whether to do the CPR or not. If you don't do, yes, you have a imprisonment for 2 years or with the fine. But if the patient goes into vegetative care, it is a very precarious situation. Even the cases have not been yet come up now. Probably this may be the future. That's it.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಲೀಗಲ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ಅಥವಾ ಈಗ KMC ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂದ ಸಹ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಸರ್ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಈಗ ಲೀಗಲ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು?
Legal notice, anybody can send it to by ordinary post. Okay, it may be a patient relatives, or advocate also to a certain extent. So you don't have to reply for that, okay? And if you get a register post or speed post from competent authority, yes, you are duty bound to reply to that. So most of the doctors, okay, they are medically indemnified or else even in our professional protection scheme. So it's our duty to save the whatever the notice you have registered and inform your insurance company or to the KPPS if you are a member of that. And once you go to that, don't get panic. Okay, many times when it comes to register letter from any of the courts, we tend to ignore it, stating that come tomorrow, we don't know, we will be on the mental tension, what may be the reason. We cannot do it, you cannot ignore. So go through that, see the jurisdiction, see the prayer, and see the allegations have been what you done. So better to consult a lawyer or a medical legal expert, because if you prefer a lawyer, go to a lawyer who preferably knows the consumer laws rather than going to the criminal advocate or anything. So in this scenario, go to the case paper, make a note of it on your own, and take the help of the medical legal expert or the lawyer who is specialized in that, and we call it as a written statement. So always urge anybody to reply to the written statement, always go with the authorized textbooks of Indian author or foreign author, then you go for the med text or whatever it is. Suddenly don't jump into the internet and get the references. This is one of this thing. And another one is try to reply your written statement within this stipulated time. Okay, if you don't reply, probably the court will take the ex parte this thing. And always when you are writing a written statement, take an expert opinion, then you better submit it. Because when you go for appeal, they don't entertain the expert opinion. So only the argument will click plus, but you cannot add anything addition to that. So these are the precautions you have to take while replying to any of the legal notices. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ade KMC in the...
Yeah, please, yes, sir.
The biggest mistake what people do is they're not replying it. You have to reply. Recently, I don't want to name which hospital.
Within 30 days, sir.
You have to reply. They got a letter saying that ex parte it has happened, and they asked the MS to pay 1 lakh rupees just for not replying. He has kept everything ready. He forgot. The mistake was he's kept everything to reply. He didn't post it. So the reply came from the other side. Pay 1 lakh rupees. That's a judgment. So you have to reply for legal notice. Nothing to get panic. Law is in your favor as of today.
ಹೌದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ.
You know, most vital areas we have observed that they cut costs. And so there was a case, in fact, I can quote it, but I don't want to quote the hospital which is close to our place. They didn't have a legal consultant at all, and they got into a lot of problems. So our medical consultant is actually Dr. Mablesh himself, and we have a very good lawyer. So every time, I think in these cases, it is not necessary for you to overthink. You go to the expert. That's my 2 cents.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೂ ಈಗ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕಾಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಂಡೆಮ್ನಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು? ಈಗ IMA ಇಂದ ಉಂಟು, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ AMC ಇಂದ ಸಹ ಉಂಟು, ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಉಂಟು. ಇನ್ನು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಉಂಟು. ಹಾಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಇದು ಕಡೆ ಕೇವಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು, ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊವಿಷನ್ಗಳು ಉಂಟು. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಬೇಕಾ ಸರ್? ಹರಿದಾಸ್ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ there are 2 things about this. One thing is about your practice. Anything can go back wrong in your practice, so you need some kind of indemnity. That is an accepted fact. Apart from that, we found out that most private players in this insurance thing, they try to avoid, as far as possible, they try to avoid giving insurance to patients. This has been my personal experience. There was one case of keratoconus. Keratoconus is a medical condition in which there is progressive this thing of the cornea. So the procedure was done. It was a medical procedure. It was definitely needed. Somebody sitting there in the insurance company writes back saying that in our opinion, this is a cosmetic opinion, the procedure not eligible. So the person went to served him a legal notice, he got it. To cut a long story short, I don't want to take too much time because the experts are there.
Yeah, for especially practitioners, okay, I urge everyone to be any of the, okay, member of the medical indemnity, that to Pan India. So we have IMA Karnataka, we have a professional protection scheme, okay. And probably I would say that is the peanut what you are spending at the premium. So I urge those who are not a member of it, you become a member of that. Probably with the luminosity of IMA KPPS, in future you want to cover up to the 1 crore. Okay? And 1 crore is not much, looking at the present scenario, what you are taking place. Okay? And I had recently one case where I am the mediator of the consumer cell in the Harvard, an out-of-court settlement. I knew the doctors, okay, probably if you go for appeal, probably it's the best chance for you to defend yourself in the higher court. He said, sir, I want to have a good sleep. I don't want, I am ready to go for that. So they referred it to the mediation cell. Mediation cell out of the court, we made a settlement with the mediation cell wherein I was the member. And once they, I would say that it's not exactly out of court settlement. It is a settlement through the court to the mediation cell. So once the mediation cell takes over to the mediator and the decree is passed, none can go to the appeal. None can go to the appeal, either the part. This is very, very mediation cell added in the Consumer Protection Act of 2019, even at the district level, state level, and national level. This is option. If you think that probably you will never win this case, even if you go to the national consumer, the best thing is ask them to refer it to the mediation cell, talk to the party, take them in confidence, get settled at the mediation cell level only, and have a good sleep. And 10 years back, I had a first case in Mangalore farm, I don't know to name it, probably pediatric surgeon, and we could finish it 10 years back. Probably it was my first case, so out of court settled in those days, 10 years back.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಂಡೆಮ್ನಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ನಮಗೆ.
KPPS
ಇದೆ ಸರ್,
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಸ್ಕೀಮ್
ಉಂಟು ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ.
ಈಗ ಸರ್, ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಅಬ್ಯೂಸ್. ಈಗ ಮೊದಲಿನ ಕಾಲವಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟೆಟ್ರಿಷಿಯನ್ ಗೈನಕಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ತುಂಬ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ನಡೆಯಿತು ಒಂದು ಕೆಲವು ಸಮಯ ಹಿಂದೆ. ಡೆತ್ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅರಬ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸಿಂದ. ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಬೈಕಾಟ್, ಈಗ ಸುರತ್ಕಲ್ ಪರಿಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಬೈಕಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಈಗ ಅದೊಂದು ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ಥರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್? ಹರಿದಾಸ್ ಸರ್, ನೀವೇ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ?
One small thing. We had weeks back. Apparently there was what the report that we gave was viral, mildly positive. The patient had 10 days of, I will not take too much time, just 2 minutes. So the fever had the history of 10 days fever, and very typical. We got it evaluated, mildly positive titer scheme. The patient went to another doctor and he took 2 injections. And then the next day he got a report done, and it was negative. This fellow comes and creates a ruckus, and then through social media, through this, that, like you said, it one viral video from Dubai. So I got a call from many of my patients. I am a well-known person in that area, so they all called me, Doctor, nimge hige agbarditta hage hige. I said, dayavittu ondu clarification mane. I said, I don't need to give any clarifications. He has put it on media, no? I can take action. Now there is a legal this thing for that. But I don't need to. Because actually most of my patients actually responded to him directly, saying that they will not do this kind of a thing. Because they know my practice. I am not in any kind of cut practice out. I am not trying to sound like a holy thing, but that is a fact. So that is my thing.
Yeah, regarding this particular case,
Media has come into picture for the last 10 years. And whoever abuses, okay, we call it as a media trial. Okay, before the court decides, or expert committee decides, the media people, they publish, they already give the verdict. So and so the negligence, so and so is this thing. And we all claim that, okay, media is the one of the pillars of the Indian democracy. But media, yes, I don't think it has maintained its ethical this thing. And everybody is stripped into the yellow journalism, okay, rightly it's a coined word. So in this scenario, is it the truth? Not at all truth. And hospitals should have only one spokesperson who can represent the media authoritatively. Be confident, wherever you say yes, wherever you want to defend. But do not over-reply to any of the media people. The second one is, if you are very much sure that you have been defamed, your image is tarnished because of the media, you have a certain solution for that. Definitely, as sir rightly said, you can file a defamation case, and you can send a legal notice to the editor. Just, we have a Medical Council of India, they have a Press Council of India, and also you have a National Broadcasters Association, can compare to them. I have 2 cases in my places. They have 4 choices. One, they have to apologize. Second one is they have to retract the print what they have done it. The third one is pecuniary compensation. Probably will not go to that an extent, but even the Press Council of India, they have authorized to cancel the broadcasting license of any of these editors. So in this scenario, never ever get this thing, but today's news is tomorrow's Raddi papers. That way, the things will get settled on its own. Probably you forget that also. But always you have a remedy for that if your image is tarnished by this media trial. Thank you.
ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಸರ್.
If it is a minor thing, then it's better to ignore because it won't tarnish. If it's a major thing, you have to fight it, like you said.
Not defending a case of negligence itself is a negligence.
ಓಕೆ 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 ಸರಿ ಸರ್, ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಕ್ಲಿಷ್ಟವಾದ ವಿಚಾರ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನು ಡಿಫೆಮೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆದಕಿದಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಡಿಫೆಮೇಷನ್ ಸಹ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ತುಂಬ ಸರ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ ಸರ್? ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಅರ್ಜುನ್, ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಸರಿ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಜಾತಸ್ಯ ಮರಣಂಬುದು, ಹುಟ್ಟಿದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಲೇಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ಸತ್ತವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸತ್ತು ಕೆಲವು ದಿನ ನಂತರ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಸುತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ 14 ದಿನ ನಂತರ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಸಲ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿನ ಸರ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ಒಂಚೂರು ನೋಡಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನೀವು ನೋಡೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ನ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, 3-4 ದಿನದ ನಂತರ ಅದು 14 ದಿನ ನಂತರ ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಸತ್ತೋಗಿ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಯಿತು. ಸರ್, ಇಂಥ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್?
The death has occurred in the hospital, or if those days we used to go for house visit, so that is a thing of the past now. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ we know it's a cancer case or something, the patient is definitely going to die. So that way, otherwise it is, you should just not give certificates. That is what I follow.
Recently, just 2 days back, there's a case from Kumble, hardly 35 kilometers from here. One of our students who happened to visit a patient who was no more, ಮುಟ್ಟಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲಸಿಟಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಇಲ್ಲ, ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್, ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಪಾಪ ಈ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೇನ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್, ದೆನ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗಿವ್, ಯು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. The minute it goes to hospital, brought dead, it goes to a postmortem. When the postmortem is done in Kannur Medical College, Government Medical College, any case in Kasaragod goes to Kannur if they got doubt. So what happened was, it was a smothering case. And if he had given the death certificate, he would have been accused number 3 or 4, A2 or A3. So better avoid the thing. Externally, nothing was there because she was given diazepam 30 mg, and then they used the pillow. So there is no injury whatsoever on the face. So it is very risky thing to give death certificate.
ಆದರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಉಂಟು, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್, ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಸರ್ಟಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್.
ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ 4 ಮತ್ತೆ 4A ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. You have to have it.
No, sir. See, what is Dr. Jikabat, what he rightly said, many times what happened is, we cannot expect the doctors to be seen by all the patients to give a death certificate. This is number 1. Okay? And laws are there, no doubt about it, as rightly said, pointed out by. But in a village basis, if the person is 70 or 80 years, 80, 90, 99 years, he had no comorbid condition, but it is a senile death, it's a age death. Okay? In that case, doctors have to be very, very careful, remedies, smoothing, other things. But then a village, okay, what we call is a panchayat mande nantevala, okay, 5-6 people. No, ಪಂಚನ ಬಲ್ಲ, ಸಹಜ ಸಾವಿನಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಅವ್ವ ತೀರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೂರ್ನಾಲ್ಕು ಸೈ ಮಾಡಿ, they have to give it. That's what they have to give, okay.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಅವನು ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಟು ಮೀ. ಸರ್ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಸರ್? ನಾಳೆ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ವೆನ್ವಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಷರಿ ಕೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇ ಸಿ ಜಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇ ಸಿ ಜಿ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಬರೋರಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅನಂತರ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಈ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾಳೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್? ನಾನು ಈ ಪಂಚನಾಮೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆ. I have taken a Panchaname 5 years, 10 years back in Kannur, where we were visiting that place. I had to, then his son came from abroad. ನೀವು 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಪಂಚನಾಮೆ ಬರೆಸಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ಕೊಂದಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟರ್ asked me to give ಪಂಚನಾಮೆ ಲೆಟರ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲಿ ಟು ಮೀ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯಾರು ನಂಬೋದು ಈಗ?
Death certificate issuing is a real problem for general practice also. That is unavoidable. They are coming and requesting it in the midnight also. Only they are coming at the last moment. So far we have not seen that patient at all.
We have social, legal and moral obligations. Whenever they, especially. That's what he's trying to tell it. He's trying to tell it.
ಸರ್, ಮಧ್ಯರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ನವರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ, ಅವರು ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಫಾರಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಬರಬೇಕು, ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ವೈಟಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ವೈಟಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಈವನ್ ದೆನ್ ಈಗ ಹೈಪೋಗ್ಲೈಸೇಮಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಡೆಡ್. ಅಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್. ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಊರಿನಾಗ ನಂಬುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗುರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
Glycemia or engine loud, some vital signs will be there. For instance, the pupils will not be dilated. All that is. So you, unless you are,
Yes.
you are not.
So sometimes.
Working properly, he has just fallen from the bed and fell down. So I went and examined, he was fallen from the bed, but I could see the marks on his neck. Immediately I escaped. I said, hey, Dotaji, kidney ittene baritu, taxi kanala baritu. I took him to AJ. AJ declared it. Postmortem was done. See, when I am giving most of the death certificates. In Bangalore, I have given it in Corona time, I have given it to so many people. But nowadays,
stop giving death certificates. Unless and until you have proved you are treating him and you know him very well, take him a signature from him, tell that you won't disturb me and all those things, then it is okay. Yesterday I went to Windsor family, this one. Today morning only I gave the death certificate. One lady by name as Tangam or something like that, she's an income tax officer in Hyderabad, topmost income tax officer. She died. She was 97, body is all gone, nothing, no energy in that, nothing, no muscles. I declared her death. See, this is a risk, but they have some lot of faith for us. That is the only thing which I am telling is that let us do our duty, but don't deny, tell them that I can't give. See, they sometimes that humanity is there with the doctors. I have seen many people showing lot of love towards me after giving this death certificate. Maybe we are in a great this one, but you should be very cautious. You see his neck and all those things. Don't give the death certificate immediately. Take some time. If you have something, he has done some fudging things. Right, sir?
Two questions, sir. I'm working in a medical officer in primary health center. So lot of time brought dead bodies baruvaga, usually we will inform the police, ee tara brought dead bodies bandide. So let police and that person will decide, first of all. ಎರಡನೇ, ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸಹ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹ. ಈಗ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗಲ್ಫಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಗಲ್ಫಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡೆತ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಏಜ್, ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು 90-80 ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್.
Anonymous letter saying that this doctor has given a certificate,
yes, sir,
even after cremation.
Yeah, we faced it, sir. That's why I'm
and
asking.
if the police wants to do some money,
yeah,
he can take you for task.
Yeah.
That is the only reason we are requesting GPs as well as all the consultant, your neighbors. Whenever somebody calls me, I have gone to many houses and I given. But my examination is so much that from eye to toe, everything I will remove. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಂತ, ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೀವ ಉಂಟ ನೋಡು ನಾನು ಪುನಃ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ವೇರ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. It is not the procedure, sir, because then I will tell everybody, see, if no injuries is there, then I can certify that this person has died due to some reasons, because some history will be there, diabetes, hypertension, something will be there. But otherwise, it is very difficult just going and giving death certificate, because smothering. Recently, what has happened, even in Karkala, there was a case where a doctor was booked. I don't name the doctor. He was booked as accused number 2, and a circle inspector asked him 5 lakhs. Then we bargained, I myself and Dr. Uday, then we got it for 25,000 to exclude him. His fault is he gave a death certificate. Smartian Act. So please, there is no Smartian nothing. Nobody is bothered. Simply one talli arji bardaktare, ivaru ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ. So better to avoid, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And in hospital, broad dead in a well, biggest headache.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಆಂಗಿಕ ಅಭಿನಯದಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ಯಕ್ಷಗಾನ ಕಲಾವಿದರ ಜೇನು ಭಟ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಸಂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಹಾಗಾದರೆ 2 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅನ್ಎಥಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್, ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಸಿ, ಕಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಎಥಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್, ಜನ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರ್ 15 ದಿನ ಅಲ್ಲ 1 ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ, ರಜೆ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟವಾದ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು. ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಒಂದು ಹೆಡ್ಡೇಕ್ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಡಿ, 15 ದಿನ ರಜೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಲೀವ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಏನೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಲೀವ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಉಂಟು. ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ಪತಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಡೀ ದಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಯುಷ್ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಕಾಂಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಅವರು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಲೋಪತಿ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಇಡೀ ದಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಹಾಗೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮೆಡಿಕೋ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು 20 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದಲೂ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪೋಕ್ಸೋ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೊಂದು ಆದ ಘಟನೆ. ಪೋಕ್ಸೋ ಕೇಸು,
to know that patient is less than 18 years, they won't tell that she is less than 18, but she will tell I had a sexual intercourse or ಇದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ UPT ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So she will go to some other hospital. There she will tell that I have been to Mr. A or Mr. B GP. I have told him that I had a sexual intercourse and positive. Section 19 of POCSO Act very clearly says not informing the police, 6 months imprisonment. If the police wants to tackle you, because Indian constitution has given so much of power to police, unimaginable. Adu innu avarige what they are showing is just 10%. What police are showing in the market is just 10 to 20%. 80% they are not showing. So all these things are big problem which has not been sold, which has not been told to the public. So what to do? Idake ಏನು solution ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
One small thing. You can actually make a practice of documenting things. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅದೊಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ನಾವು ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ವಿ ರೈಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹರ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಇಫ್ ಶಿ ಸೇಸ್ ದಟ್ ನೋ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್ ದೇರ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್.
ನಮ್ಮ ಗಡಿನಾಡ ಒಬ್ಬರು ವೈದ್ಯರು ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇದೇ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ. 16 ವರ್ಷದ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ UPT ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಹೋಗಮ್ಮ ನೀನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಳು ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫುಲ್ ಮುಗಿದ ನಂತರ 9 ತಿಂಗಳ ನಂತರ ಆಗ ಪೊಲೀಸಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಲಾಯರಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ.
No, you don't need a consent to inform the police. Your duty is to inform the police, as you rightly said, imprisonment minimum 6 months to 1 year with a fine. Okay, as per the POSCO Act.
ಇದು OPD ಸರ್, OPD ಅವರು ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್.
Now, many a times, this is a very vague term, 17 years and 18 years. Okay, they say that 18 years, but when the police information inquiry comes, it is less than 18 years. So in this scenario, if it is in borderline, better to get it linked with the Aadhaar card. There is nothing wrong. Every patient in the mobile, they have an Aadhaar card. Take the Aadhaar number and verify and inform the police.
ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು, ಒಂದು 3 ಜನ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇದೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ ತುಂಬ
Honey trapping.
ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಉಳ್ಳಾಲ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ವೈದ್ಯರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹನಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಭಾರಿ ಈಸಿ. ಕಾಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಮವೇ ಔಷಧ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಹೆಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಒಳ್ಳದ ಅಣ್ಣಗಳು ಯಾರಿಹಾರಯ್ಯ ಅಂತ. ಹಣದ ಅನ್ನದಾತುರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಚಿನ್ನದಾತುರ ತೀಕ್ಷ್ಣ, ಚಿನ್ನದಾತುರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಗಂಡು ಹೆಣ್ಣೊಲವು, ಮನ್ನಣೆಯ ದಾಹವ ಮೆಲ್ಲೋಕಂ ತೀಕ್ಷ್ಣತಮ, ತಿನ್ನುವುದು ಆತ್ಮವನ ಅಂತ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಮವನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಯಾನಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.